story. Okay, this group comes in yesterday. We were like, our boss Darren said, hey, I want you guys to see this group. They're from Orlando. They're kind of touring. Come on in and see them. See what you think. They're going to do this a cappella stuff. And we're like, oh, okay. All right, anyway. So we all go in, and here's this group, Cnote. They come in, and afterward, they were like, okay, well, call us if you need anything. And I thought, okay, yeah, I need something. Could you come in like tomorrow? Because this will be the beginning of the rest of this incredible career. We were all touched by you guys. I thought the music was incredible.
Yeah.
I think C-Note is going to be out there, and we're going to save this tape because it'll probably be really hard to book you after that. Okay, so please go. Raul, will you introduce everybody? Who do you have here?
Definitely. We got...
I'm David.
Okay.
What's up, y'all? I'm Jonathan.
I'm Raul.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Orlando.
And we are
Cnote.
And you guys, first of all, I mean, you couldn't be any cuter. I just had to tell you that. But okay, so Raul, what happened? You started this group. Like, how did I love the history of this because I think that's what's most important. What happened?
It was an idea that David and I had to form a group of Latinos made up of Latinos raised here in the States. Mm-hmm. We felt that the United States is a great melting pot, and we were raised with all the great influences of music here. The rock, the pop, the R&B, the hip hop, and then at the same time we'd be going home to our homes, and our parents would be listening to the music, from our native countries, and salsa, merengue, bachata, and among others. And so we decided to go about putting a group together of Latinos like that.
Great looking Latinos.
Oh.
Again, I have to say that. But so you put it together, and then you basically scoured the country to find this group of the five of you.
Yeah, definitely. We went to Los Angeles. We went to New York. We held auditions in Orlando because that's where we lived. And we also held auditions in Miami. Okay. And we didn't find anybody in any of these auditions. So needless to say, we were a little disappointed, but we caught some lucky breaks. We had a friend of an ex-girlfriend of Josh's who then...
I don't know why you have to mention on
I just always like I always like to rub it in. And then, so he came to us through that. And then Orlando sent us a video from New York down to Orlando, which is not confusing.
No,
and so and so we liked him. We flew up to see him, and that's when he came to the audition, he brought his friend Jonathan along, and that was it. That's the group.
And so what's the influence then, basically? Would you say, you guys talked about being kind of boys to men and all this other stuff. How do you describe the group? Yeah,
we definitely had a group of, I would say we are a vocal group first, but we also are performers, so we dance and we do everything like that. But so some of the big influences have been Boys to Men, as far as group goes, and Jodeci and Drew Hill and New Edition, and even in Sync, and so always wanting to be in a group ever since I was little. Definitely Boys to Men was the one that we held to compare to everybody else.
Set the bar. They set the bar.
I like the bar for you, right? When is the album coming out? Again, it's the group C-Note from Orlando. When can we expect to hear it?
May 13th, album in stores.
Okay, and the single is the one you just did called "Forgive Me," right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Okay, I would love to hear. There was one song we just did the "Forgive Me," and we could get back to that. But there was one song that really touched everyone in the room. Raul, it was about your grandpa or your grandma.
It was actually, unfortunately, David and I happened to lose. I lost my grandfather at the same time that he lost his grandmother, and so we came together as artists. What you do through you grieve, your grieving process is usually creative, and us, it was writing this song. So it actually took us a couple years later after we wrote it to actually record it, and then when we recorded it, the label loved it and asked us if we could put it on the album, and so we said yes, go for it.
I could definitely see why, again, because everyone in there was like, everyone was just really, Rick, weren't you touched by that song?
Absolutely, it was gorgeous.